sense of what was happening. The beast noticed her distress and looked at the screen in front of it, which displayed the message gave you her last pride. From now on, you could transfer your thought to her and talk to her in mind. As you ate poison, you gain poison resistance and can eat poisonous food. The beast then explained to the girl that it was just a shadow clone of itself, created to communicate with her. The beast had lied to the girl to keep the system functionality a secret. However, the girl was overwhelmed with gratitude towards the unknown beast who had saved her. She asked if he was okay and the beast chuckled, assuring her that he was unharmed. The girl then released the magical cage and expressed her gratitude to the beast, pleading with him to leave before the sex people found and harmed him. The beast questioned what would happen to her if he left. The girl replied with determination, saying that she had already offended Senior Lai and the sect would come after her anyway. The beast resolved to stall the sex people and buy her some time to escape. He urged her to run away as quickly as possible. The beast declared that he would not let anyone die under his watch. He challenged Senior Lai, saying that he would show him the consequences of his actions. He then asked the girl if she believed him, and she nodded in agreement. Meanwhile, the manager made his way into a luxurious hall, sweating profusely. There was a man sitting on a high platform in a fancy chair, surrounded by several beautiful women. This man was Senior Lai, notorious for his lecherous behavior. Upon hearing the report, he frowned and commented on the girl's refusal to obey his orders. The woman sitting on his lap spoke up in a jealous tone. The man sneered, "She's just a lowly outer disciple. Who does she think she is? Summon her immediately. She should feel honored to receive my order." He grabbed the woman's cheeks in a cold, predatory manner and continued, "I like those kind of women. The more they resist, the more they excite me. It becomes more fun to break them." The woman was left trembling after being thrown off the platform. Senior Lai emitted an intimidating aura as he declared that if she wouldn't come to him, he would go to her secret training spot hidden in the mountains. Wu Fen had told the beast about this hidden location, where he could rest and stay hidden for the time being. Lying on the bed with a satisfied expression, the beast suddenly remembered the main mission displayed on the system window to prevent a disaster from occurring. It dawned on him that this could be the legendary epic rank mission that every player aspired to complete. No one knew when or how the disaster would strike. This disaster mission was despised by all the players. It included demon invasions, monster hordes, divine interventions, and even the resurrection of demon gods. The chaos that would ensue was overwhelming, and the beast felt scared and helpless, struggling to find a way to survive. Suddenly, he heard a melodious voice calling out to him, "Little thing, I have prepared a medicinal bath. Come, let's bathe together." The girl's words and her presence stirred something within him, reminding him of his manly emotions from his past life on Earth. He gladly accepted the offer and submerged himself in the hot, soothing bath. But noticing the sadness in Aang's expression, he asked her what was wrong. The girl emerged from the river and the beast asked if she was worried about Senior Lai. She replied that she didn't doubt her benefactor's words, but she feared disappointing him because Senior Lai was extremely powerful and cruel. The beast reminded her that she had previously mentioned that Senior Lai was 2 levels above her in terms of power. He then began thinking about cultivation, a training method in the game Fate Chess that could increase one's strength. There were 10 stages of cultivation in the game Fate Chess. Aang, being only an outer disciple, was at the beginner stage. In contrast, Senior Lai had already reached the elite stage, which was the 3rd stage for outer sect disciples. The sect only taught trash or below average cultivation and fighting techniques to outer disciples, while high-ranked techniques were only available to inner disciples. The beast had seen Aang's status and knew how talented she was. If only she were an inner disciple, she would undoubtedly be at the top. He then cursed the power that reincarnated him as a system since it had not provided him with any fighting or cultivation techniques. The beast quickly got up and noticed that it was the scent of a love potion. He looked at Aang and saw that she was blushing and acting strange. The beast realized that someone had cast a love spell on her. He quickly used his knowledge of the game to figure out a way to break the spell. He then chanted an incantation and sprinkled some magical dust on Aang, breaking the love spell. Aang looked at the beast with gratitude and thanked him for saving her. The beast felt a sense of relief and was glad that he could help her. He then realized that they needed to be careful as someone was trying to harm them. They needed to figure out who was behind this and stop them before it was too late. The beast's expression shifted and he quickly instructed the girl to cover her nose and run outside. A man with a lascivious look stood outside the house and spoke with anger. He accused the girl of rejecting his invitation and releasing a spiritual beast that he intended to use as an ingredient. He threatened to punish her, but promised to be gentle in a mocking tone. The girl recognized the man as Senior Lai and became frightened. However, the beast assured her that everything would be okay as long as she followed his instructions. Senior Lai opened the door and introduced the mist, explaining that it was called an erotic mist that would enhance their enjoyment. Upon the door's opening, Bu Feng launched a swift attack with her sword, aiming it directly at Senior Lai. Although he was taken aback, he managed to dodge it with ease, being significantly stronger than her. Bu Feng couldn't help but be grateful for the technique taught to her by the beast, which allowed her to catch Senior Lai off guard and avoid a direct confrontation. Despite not being affected by the erotic mist, she was still not strong enough to defeat him. Unsheathing his sword, he prepared to retaliate against her. However, despite blocking his first strike, Bu Feng struggled to hold her ground against his superior power. Senior Lai quickly launched